Instability and insecurity are major factors today in the United States. Many Americans cannot pay their bills, and that's what we're going to look at today. You came here for the truth, so let me unveil that for you. Today we'll look at real estate. We'll also look at the very important report put out by the EIA. I'm going to show you that in a second, but let's first talk about real estate. Here you can see one chart looking at the affordability as well as the existing home sales. And on a year-over-year basis, you can see it has been declining right here in both factors. If I move over to this side, you'll see this other chart. Sellers cutting prices in response to the softening markets. You'll see that existing home sales is the blue line. Listings with price cuts is the yellow line, and that has dropped significantly over the last little while. I saw an entire report about this. It outlined the whole thing, but basically that's what it comes down to. You could see that they're now slashing prices. They need to do this in order to get the sales out there, which are still happening, certainly. Many markets in the Rust Belt are starting to see an improvement. You're seeing other places like San Francisco, Manhattan, Miami, Los Angeles. These are very, very expensive markets, so don't get it twisted. Obviously, prices are very high. However, can it really be something that people continue to pay for? That's the trouble. All right, then we're looking at this. Buying conditions for homes is worsening, and that's the blue line, current conditions for buying houses, and the yellow line is single family existing home sales. You can see that in both cases right here, leading up to this brand new information, it has been declining on a year-over-year basis. That's what I need to stress with you today. Okay, then we're looking at this. Effective Fed funds rate. I've shown you this before, but essentially what we have is a very big problem on our hands simply because the Federal Reserve is unable to maintain increasing interest rates and yet have the housing prices continue to rise, businesses continue to expand, job expansion, and all these things that have been really relying on reduced levels of interest rates, historically low interest rates, cheap money, and so on. If that changes, we're going to have a very big problem. So that is ultimately the major factor here. I wanted to make sure I mentioned that. And then we get into this report out of the EIA. Is so critical to look at this. 1 in 3 U.S. households faces a challenge in meeting their energy needs. Now think about what that means. 1 in 3 households. Incredible levels of instability and insecurity today that are going on. Looking at this, households that experienced an energy insecurity situation going back from 2015, but I assure you this report is brand new. That's just the most recent numbers. And you can see that going over 30% there in this case reported any household energy insecurity. Below that is reduced or forwent basic necessities to pay their energy bills. Basic necessities. So we have an incredible level of this here happening. It's not just 1 or 2 people or just in the poor areas or something. This is a significant amount of people. That is not something that we're hearing all the time. We don't hear this in the mainstream media. Households that experience energy insecure situations. Again, looking at this on a different chart, essentially same data. Beginning with this here, household energy insecurity by household characteristics. Okay, so it's going to break it down by their income and so on, by their age and all sorts of different demographics and things. So you can look at that for yourself. Obviously, those who are under an income of $20,000, they're suffering the most. Very, very obvious that would be the case. However, you still need to look at this income between 20 and 60,000. It's still very high numbers. All right, so that's some information I wanted to show you. I think it's important to address this and how important it really is. All right, I'm going to end it there. If you found the video informative, please give me a thumbs up. When you give me a thumbs up, you're supporting the channel, so I do appreciate that very much. And obviously hit that subscribe button. You want to join over 140,000 like-minded people from all over the world. Definitely hit that subscribe button. And that's all. See you in the next video.